Hello, hello. Welcome back to A Tea with Trina. I am excited to be on with you this Tuesday. It's the 11th, and I know that there's a lot of folks out there who are excited about 11/11 today. And it is wonderful to be here today and in this space and time to chat with you. And I want to tell you what I'm having with for tea. I'm actually having a jasmine green tea. I believe Jerome actually made this for me today. And he made it very strong, so strong that it's half of the tea and half water of what he made. I had to dilute it, and a touch of honey. So that's what we're having today. Mhm. And I think it's going to do the thing that it needs to do for our conversation here for Tea with Trina. We're talking about an unexpected turn today. And yes, about accident. I experienced an accident. So I want to just share that. I'll be talking more about that, life moments, shifts, and what we get to step into. And I want to preface this to say that if any of you are triggered by hearing about hard things, this is going to be some hard things that happen. But the end of the conversation or my share or talk with you will be more inspirational. So I want to share that with you. So I've been sitting with some tender things lately surrounding me, surrounding health. And I didn't have I should say, there's sometimes where life whispers things to you. There's sometimes where you get a very glaring or blaring engagement or message or moment. And these are times where it may be time for us to evolve or step into something different, do more, level up, do less. You get to decide what that is for you. If it's deepening, if it's slowing down, if it's moving faster, or if it's stepping into a moment of remembering who you really are. And I want to share with you that this is just not, today is not going to be a surface message. Nope, not gonna be a service much today. It's gonna be sacred, it's gonna be deep, it may bring up some thoughts for you, and I wanna encourage you to, journal, process what's coming up for you, as you're tuning into this message and what I have to share. So, many of you, if you're on my Facebook page, I know I'm broadcasting this on different pages, but if you're connected with me on Facebook, you saw that I had a one beautiful time heading out to a concert last week. Yeah. And this is a really raw moment for me because I was engaging, I was having a good time, but then I started to overheat and get really, really hot. And I had needed to try to find a place to be away from everybody, away from the crowd, where I could sit, but I could not find a place to sit where I could still hear the music. Like I could have went someplace else, but I wouldn't have been able to hear the music in what were experiencing at that time at a concert. And so I went to go find a place to sit, and there was a banister, and it was thicker than a railing. Yep, thicker than a railing. And it was a wall there and then curtains. So I thought that there was probably just a full wall coming up. And this baluster was bolted into the floor. So it was really sturdy. I even checked it and thought, okay, I can just like balance myself here for a little bit to try to just rest, like get a little bit of like, weight off of my feet. And what ended up happening is I slipped. I like overcompensated and went too far, and there was no wall behind me. And I fell backwards, and I hit my head really, really hard. It was like a really hard injury where I lost fluid out of my nose, you all. And thank God there were paramedics there, really, really. They were there. They were just nearby. They were there so quickly. I did not lose consciousness, but I remember hitting my head and thinking, "Oh no, what just happened?" But I also had another thought that I'm gonna be okay. This other thought came to me, I'm gonna be okay, right? But they were there. They were making sure that I was alert, awake, and I wasn't falling asleep, right? And they had to give me an IV, all the things, that I was rushed to the ER. And so inside of this, I just want to share that like when I had that moment that everything's going to be okay. I don't know where it came from, but it came, and that's what the message was for me. And I ended up going to the doctor and getting tested. The truth was is that I was present, I was alive, I was conscious, I was able to answer questions. And they tested me, and there was showed no fracture, no bleeding, no other trauma at all, right? I just maybe had a concussion, potentially had a concussion. And the doctor couldn't confirm me having a concussion. I'm sure I did as how hard that fall was. But the message that came from me was that, you know, in times, there are times where we think that things are not going to be okay and they are going to be okay, right? When we're hitting a hard moment, that was one thing that came up for me. But what also came up for me was like, this is time for me to really step into all of who I am and what I'm here to activate and to really evolve into that. And I say that because quite literally, I say that because I could have lost my life that day and I do live every moment. But now that I've had that experience, I want to live every moment till its fullest. Be with friends, those people who fill me up more often, do the work that I'm here to do to really get all of that out, and continue to step into the person that I'm here to be fully. And that moment for me stripped away everything that like all the outside noise, right? And really like kind of focused me in on what really matters and what is important. And it reminded me that unexpected events, unexpected turns help at times put us on the path that we're supposed to be on, of where we're supposed to be activating, where we're supposed to be present. And yeah, I took time to rest. I allowed others to like family. My husband was available, so he was able to do things to care for me and take care of me, and I allowed that to happen. Even still, I'm taking it really, really slow. Like now, taking it really, really slow. I didn't like I rested a couple days, then took on some clients like slowly, didn't do anything extra, but now I'm starting to do a little bit more, but just took some time to really rest, sleep, regain, drink ton of fluids, right? Because it might have just been my sinuses, right? So I'm just drinking a ton of fluids just to help me in that moment or help me through my moments. And so what I want to know from you in this process is I don't know if you've had a moment where you've been impacted by an unexpected turn. Maybe it has been an accident. Maybe it has been a heartbreak or a moment that shifted you, for you, or a change in work, change in your career. And I'm wondering what was coming up for you in that unexpected turn. What was speaking to you quietly or maybe forcefully, or lovingly? And what does that mean for you in the now? And so I want you to take a look at it, at what's happening for you, what's coming up for you. And if there are moments where you're rushing through, or are you really being and living in moment to moment because they are really, really precious? Are you activating your purpose and the life and the vision that you really want to lead right now? Are you like truly living it? Are you taking the moments to be with those who you are connected with, who honor you, right? And are you evolving in ways that are conscious for you, right? Are you letting life knock you around, or are you awake for moments that you can say, hey, yeah, I really experienced that and I enjoyed that. And that was really impactful for me. And this is how that was impactful for me. And I want to encourage you to step into those moments that are alive and awake for you, that really allow you to connect with moments and be with people who you love. I do believe that when we are impacted by unexpected turn, it doesn't mean that we did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that we're being punished. Um, Sometimes it could just be a time and a moment for you to slow down or reflect or step into a shift, right? And maybe your experience wasn't a physical shift or change or an actual fall or impact or being impacted in that way, but maybe you are processing a dream in life that you stopped pursuing or stopped activating. Maybe it's something that you felt didn't go right for you and you're still thinking about it. Or maybe are you being a version of you that you no longer feel served by? It may not be fitting for you. And maybe it's time that you shift or step into something different because it's an unexpected thing that's causing you to really think about the journey or the path that you really want to be on. And I want you to know that I see you. I want you to know that I get it and I understand. And I want to know, what are you willing and ready to open up to step into? Because this may be a moment for you of stepping in something that's softening for you or creating stronger boundaries of what you will no longer allow, or stepping into sharing more of your truth with others or being more bold, right? Or stepping into a leadership role that you were looking into. So I want to encourage you to close your eyes for a moment and think about what's happening for you now. What is it that you want to experience? How are you stepping into that? Like, how are you evolving into that? And what part of you is really like ready now to rise, to be fully present? And where can you honor your power, and that clarity? Because the honest truth is now in this moment is the moment we have in this moment. And it is our moments, right? In this present moment. And I want you to choose you and to choose, the work that you really want to activate or to be the person who you really want to be and embody that in the now. And so I wanted to hop on and share this tea with Trina with you because I think it's important. I think this information in my experience for me is really sacred. And I think this information is sacred. And I think that stepping into unexpected events or unexpected turns or into that next evolution is important as well. And you are worthy. I am worthy. We're all worthy of creating the life that we're here to lead or leaning into stillness or rest, or rising in a way that we feel fully moved by, right? We get to do that. We get to breathe deep. We get to be fully present, and we get to enjoy our moments. And so I just wanted to share this with you and encourage you because today and now in this moment is your moment and your path is your path. And I encourage you to go on that path with grace for you. So I wanted to come on and share this tea with Trina today with you and know that from my shares and what I have coming up, will be more fully honoring of the sacred work that I do and how I show up for others and what I provide. You'll be seeing all that, as we step into our next moments as well as I step into those moments as well. So thank you so much for tuning in for this tea with Trina. Feel free to send me a message. You can always send me a private message, and chat with me about what's coming up for you. So thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tea with Trina.